Hello everybody, and today we're doing What If Deku Had the Nine Tails, Part 3. And yeah, this will be the only video tonight, I do believe. And yeah, so if you guys want me to continue the What If Deku the Sharingan Part 3, you can leave that in the comments. If I get, we'll say around 10 likes on this video, we'll continue for a part 4. And if we can get around 15 for the Sharingans part 2, we'll do a part 3 on that. So yeah, this is Otaku, onto the video. Okay, everybody, so we'll continue this off. So Izuku walks into the exam hall where everybody is waiting, and Izuku, being the last one, quickly stammers up to his seat as Bakugo's like, stupid nerd, as everyone begins doing their test. And about an hour and a half later, everybody had turned in their tests, and the sound hero present, Mike, had been presenting, basically all the information about the robots. And while Izuku was thinking to himself about how a strategy to defeat all the robots, Ida had one thing to say about this, as he quickly stood up and said, "Excuse me, sir," as President Mike looks up to him like, "What is it?" And Ida says, "I am very, very disappointed in UA High School. You said in the pamphlet that was given to all of us students that there would be 4 robots. You have only explained to us 3 robots. I am very disappointed in the UA school system," as he quickly sits down. As President Mike says, "As I was going to say, the 4th and final robot, the Zero Pointer, it'll serve to be a great distraction, but if you do choose to fight it, just know you'll be getting no points in return, no matter what." As Izuku notes, says, "Okay, so just don't attack those ones." And yeah, and President Mike then directs them all to a little opening outside of the exam hall and says, "For all the students who want to go to the hero course, please follow me. And for all the students who do not want to do that, you may leave and have a nice day." As Izuku quickly goes out with the hero crowd, and President Mike, who goes up to his seat, says, "Ready, begin." As Izuku quickly starts running towards the to where he thought some robots would be. And as he's roaming around trying to find some, he says, "Multi-shadow clone jutsu," as Izuku quickly makes clones of himself and sends them to go fight some robots. Just maybe to find some, because Izuku still himself hasn't found any yet. And Izuku, a couple minutes later, finally finds a 1-point robot. As Izuku's like, "At least it's a point," as he quickly jumps over to it, and with his chakra-infused hand, slashes at the robot, doing significant damage to the headpiece. And Izuku then kicks it into the road and says, "Take this," as he makes around 100 multi-shadow clones. And he says, "Izuku, dash," as they all begin beating down on the robot with chakra-infused attacks. and the robot is quickly torn to shreds. So yeah, and Izuku, being kind of worried with out of 5 minutes only getting 1 point, quickly goes to find lots more robots. But he looks over to a little scoreboard that he was told was actually up at the stadium level. Yeah, right. And Izuku sees 20 points as he's like, oh, my shadow clones, yes. As he quickly goes to find even more. As eventually he finds around 5 3-pointers all bunched up together, beating down on this one kid called Yuga Aoyama. As Izuku says, don't worry, I'll save you, as he makes 5 shadow clones around him. And says, okay, everybody, as a clone gets next to him, and 2 for each clone, and says, Rasengan, as 2 of Naruto's clones and himself go to charge them all up. And eventually, once they do that, they start running at the 3-point robots. And when they throw the Rasengans at the robots, all of them explode in a massive explosion of chakra. And Izuku watches this as like, beautiful. As Yuga, who was on the floor, is like, what happened? As he quickly gets up, and Izuku's like, don't worry, I saved you, using my trustful Rasengan. And as you imagine, guys, Rasengan being Izuku's most powerful trick, just like in the anime, Naruto/Izuku spams it. So yeah. Anyway, Izuku, being quite content with how many points he had, seeing that, he thought he had a lot before he looked up at the screen and it said 5 minutes remaining, as Izuku's like, oh gosh, as he quickly goes to find more points and sees he's at around 78 points. As Izuku says, yes, I might beat Kachan too, as he sees Katsuki Bakugo on 89. As Izuku is like, come on, Shadow Clones. As he sees, he quickly climbs to 88 points and says, yes. As Izuku then hears a stomp behind him and a cry for help, as Izuku's also in front of him sees a 2-point robot who is getting back up and is in perfect position for a Rasengan. As Izuku's like, what to choose? As he's like, why am I even thinking? As he quickly runs over to where he heard the scream. And is like, who is it? Where are you? As the girl under the rock says, here, look. As Izuku looks up to see the massive 0-pointer. And Izuku's like, oh no. As he tries to get the rock out from under her quickly, but he can't do that. As Izuku's like, fine. As he quickly charges up a Rasengan in his hands. And Izuku says, multi-shadow clone jutsu. As around 200 shadow clones come out. But Izuku immediately starts trying to catch his breath and says, Naruto stepping stool. No, Izuku stepping stool. As all the Izukus begin folding their bodies in a position where it's basically a staircase to the robot. As Izuku quickly jumps up all the stairs, and once he finally gets to the final stair and jumps right next to the robot's face and says, Rasengan, as he launches it into the robot's face, smacking it backwards, as everyone watches in astonishment, as the girl quickly tries to get her foot out from under the boulder, as all the Naruto clones had got out of their position and quickly moved the boulder off of her, and then all disappeared. as he goes to thank Izuku. Izuku is already gone. And yeah. Okay, yeah, I think that about covers it. Anyway, so Izuku being quite happy with how we did, knowing he at least got more than Katsuki. And when he got his letter 4 weeks later, Izuku got it during a study session and said, "What is it, Mom?" As Inko budges into his room and says, "It's from UA. I think it's your acceptance letter, Izuku." As Izuku quickly grabs the letter and slams the door and says, Please, I did so well." As he quickly shreds it open and sees a hologram as it quickly glows up. And All Might appears and says, "Ha ha ha, I am here. Well, if you're wondering why I'm here, I will be teaching at this UA high school. Yes. And congratulations, young Midoriya. You have gotten 150 points. That's even higher than my score. You've got a record already. Filling big shoes, I see. You've great potential ahead of you, young Izuku, and I don't expect you to drain it." And yeah. So Izuku, being quite happy with that answer, says, "Yes, finally." And yeah. So Izuku still began trying to unlock some of the chakra from the 9 tails. And he can still only muster out 1 tail, because if he pushes too hard, eventually he'll lose control. And he'll get the 2 tail, but he'll cause lots of destruction. So that'll be it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry if this is a little short, guys, but that's how we roll. This is probably going to be like a part 10 maybe when we finish. Thinking something like that. Anyway, this is Otaku signing off. Bye-bye.